Alright, here we go with today's video. Well, I did my meditation, kind of got things going, and I kind of thought about make it about the process, not about the destination or what you want or what it is you're trying to create. Make it about enjoying and being present in the moment and doing whatever it is you like to do. Because let's see what because again, it's we get so caught up in the final destination or what it is we're trying to create or what it is we're trying to get in life that we forget about the how, forget about being in the present moment, forget about being happy now. We think we'll be happy when we get that promotion, when we get that better job, or when we get that car, or when we get that house, or when we go on that vacation. And I'm not saying strive to have those things. I like material things too. I'm just saying don't base your value, don't base who you are off of what you have. Because, I mean, some people do it, but a lot of people do it. I used to do it, but I'm starting to realize that it's more about what you feel on the inside. Because when you can feel happy with nothing, then when you do get those things, you feel you just feel more excited. Because a lot of the times, at least for me in the past, I'd get something new, like get a new car, I'm like all excited. And then all of a sudden, after a few weeks, it's just a car. So that newness falls away, that newness, fades away, and then all of a sudden your happiness fades away. So that's why I'm saying don't let those things be the only basis for your happiness. But I feel like that's what society has created us to believe, that we need to have these nice things to feel better about ourselves. And I get that, and I understand that. And I'm not saying don't strive to achieve stuff, but just don't base everything you got on what you have. If you can feel that on the inside, like Elmer did when he was in prison with nothing, then imagine what happens when you do get those things. Then you can enjoy them more. But for me, as I'm doing this process I've been doing the last few years, it's more about the excitement I get inside when I figure something out, when I have an epiphany, or when I'm like, wow, that's what that meant. Like, oh my God, now I understand what they say by the feeling like you're in the wish fulfilled already. Feeling as if it's already done when everything in your mind's telling you, what are you doing? We don't have it yet. How can you feel that way? Well, no, that's the thing. You got to do it the opposite. You got to feel as if you're already that person that can create that thing that you're looking for. Or I'm already that person can make the money to buy the things that you want. But again, we get so focused on, the outside circumstances, the outside world, that we forget how powerful we are on the inside because we're not taught to look on the inside. We're taught to get all our validation in the world from outside of ourselves, from what other people think about us, what we have, who we are supposed to be, the job that we have. And again, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying don't strive to get a good job and, make a lot of money. There's nothing wrong with that either. I'm just saying don't let that base on the final thing. Let it on the inside. And then people like this are like, oh, you're strange, you're weird, you're woo woo, you're out there, you're a dreamer. They give them all these things. But it's like, you know what? Lately, some of the best things that are starting to occur in my life are because I'm visualizing it and dreaming it and seeing it. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting excited and it's building and it's stacking on top of each other. And right now, that's better than anything I've ever bought in my life. The feeling that I can create my own life by doing these meditations, being that person, feeling it. It's like you imagine what you would feel like if you already had it. And then when you close your eyes and you just start to feel it and like feel that excitement, feel that joy, feel that passion. And then it starts to build on the inside. And the more that fire, the more that energy that's on the universal energy that you can't get. I mean, maybe you can get it from buying stuff, but I mean, I don't feel like I get this strong from buying things. It's me putting in the work and doing it myself. And if I can do it, anybody can because we're all human beings. We're all the same underneath all this competition and what society tells us is right and wrong. And again, a lot of it is right and a lot of it's wrong. But at the end of the day, I feel better about myself because I'm me, not because someone outside of me likes me or likes whatever. And again, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but base your judgment on who you are as a person, not on what everybody's saying, because sometimes people are going to rip you down no matter what you do. Sometimes people just aren't happy no matter what, and they're going to try to bring you back down to their level no matter what. And that's when I just give them a silent blessing and say, I hope they figure it out, or I'll say something to them, or whatever. But at the end of the day, I hope everybody figures it out. But maybe this isn't everybody's journey, everybody's lifetime to figure everything out. I hope it is. And I strive to maybe have an influence or maybe have impact on those people that can help them maybe see something like me. I haven't always seen this. I'm just opening up to all this stuff. 30 days ago, I didn't know this was coming. I didn't know I was going to start feeling like this, but here I am. And I'll tell you what, it's starting to feel and starting to see the future and starting to see those things that I know I can create. I know it now. It's just, but that's the thing, is it's still the process. Like it's not all going to happen overnight. Some of it might, but the problem is, in the past, when I didn't see the results overnight, I used to get discouraged, and then I would stop and be like, "Oh, this isn't working." And again, I get that because you don't see the results, because we live in a society that's based on, hey, you need to see everything. It's I'll believe it when I see it. And I remember Wayne Dyer years ago saying, "No, it's the opposite. You'll see it when you believe it." And that's the thing, is it's all from the inside, and I'm finally beginning to realize that they're right. That it's everything that's in the inside. That's why you got to accept where you are, even with your limitations, even with the darkness, even with some of the negative things and experiences you've had. I'm not saying you can turn them around, but you have to at least look at them and be aware of where you're at first, and then start little by little writing it down, getting it out. Because again, that's where the change happens. That's where the shift happens. When you can sit there and just be authentic and be real and be yourself and admit that most people don't have it all figured out. I don't even have it all figured out right now. I just have a little bit more figured out than I did a month ago. But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. The process of life, the process, like Dr. Simon used to say, it's the process of self-discovery. And you're not going to discover everything that's in here by looking out here and comparing it to everybody else and what everybody else has. Now again, you can strive to get what everybody else has. I see all these people in my groups and stuff that have went through the process that I'm going through and have had success. I want that success too. So that is part of it. I do want that. But I'm not basing that as the end all be all. I'm enjoying this process of learning about myself, learning how to get stronger from within, learning how to put all these things that I've been doing over the last few years into motion, and then helping other people. It's like Buddhism always says, I'm not enlightened yet, but when you become enlightened, you got to teach other people how to do it. And I feel like that's where I'm at. I fought this my whole life. I tried to hide all this my whole life. I was played small. I shrank. I didn't let all this out because I thought I'd be weird. I thought people wouldn't like what I had to say. They'd think I was strange because I didn't fit in. And I had all those limiting beliefs. And you know what? I had to fight through those, and I had to look at them, and I had to say, you know what? I am who I am, no matter what. Regardless of what anybody else says, you have to be you. You have to. There's nobody else in this universe that's in your body but you. So you just got to figure it out. Not everybody's going to like what you have to say. Not everybody's going to like what you do. But you have to be comfortable with that. You know what? They don't have to like it. They don't have to. They got to be them. Let them be them. You be you. Who cares? You know. You just got to. I don't know, man. I love it because again, I wasn't put on this earth to be anybody but who I am, and neither are any of you. So instead of trying to be someone else, learn how you can be better, the best version of yourself. Learn more about yourself. I mean, we've all been through tough stuff, no doubt about it. I have too. But at the end of the day, maybe some of that tough stuff was there to, lead you in different directions, push you in different directions, make you learn things. If I know that if I would have went through some of the stuff I've went through in my life, I wouldn't have learned how to be this. So it kind of, even though some of the bad stuff that's happened, it's led me to this moment in my life. Just like everybody. Everybody, it's led to this moment watching this video. Everything that's happened in our life is there to make us stronger, make us more aware, maybe change us. I'm not saying it's all great, but in the words of Gary Allan, he's one of my favorite country singers. Life isn't always beautiful, but it's a beautiful ride. And if you can learn to go through the ebbs and flows and the ups and downs and realize that you're not always going to feel great and you're not always going to feel bad, that you just got to go through those experiences. And sometimes when you're feeling bad, ask yourself, what do I need to learn in this situation? What is it? And sit with it. My coach Anna, she says when she has one of those days, she'll sit there and just meditate on it all day and keep asking for the answers until it comes to her. Now, again, I know it's hard in our society because we don't always have the time to meditate all day. I know I don't. But again, there's even if you do it for a little bit, if you don't have all that time, just do a little bit. We don't always have to do the final thing, like the big thing. Start small. Like even if you can only meditate 5 minutes a day, it's a good start. Even if you can only do one or two journal questions a day, it's a good start. Any little thing is a start for somewhere. Reflect, look at your limiting beliefs. Ask yourself, what are some of my limiting beliefs? Are they real or did someone else give them to me? Take inventory of the thoughts in your mind. What's stopping you from being who you are? What are some of my weaknesses? What are some of my strengths? Find out your strengths. This is my strength. I love this stuff. This stuff is me. This is my passion. So that's why I'm letting it out, and it's just me. So I know there's something in everybody you're passionate about. It doesn't have to be big. It is what it is, but enjoy that journey of finding it. But sometimes it's covering a bunch of shit that we've had told to us or spread all over us our whole life. But again, at the end of the day, our soul's right here. It's right here, and we can come from our soul or come from the outside. I'd rather come from your soul and create it on the outside because again, I want to create a life where I can do whatever I want. I'm in control of my schedule. I get to have impact on you guys. I get to share this content with you guys and have the money to sustain it all so that we can keep doing it and then have more experiences and give more money away. Because again, it is what it is. It's all about that flow of life. It's that ebb and flow of everything. And when you can start to have that spiritual energy or that energy, that connection with the divine in you and let it flow through you, you'll get stronger and stronger and stronger. But you have to start somewhere. And it doesn't matter where you start. Just do something little every day. Even I remember someone was telling me a little bit ago, I go to one place a year that you've never been before. So last year I went to Reno, Nevada, because I've never been there. I wanted to go to Lake Tahoe and see the beauty of Lake Tahoe, and it's beautiful. Just do something little. I don't know where I'm going to go this year. I might go to Bali, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But anyway, it's just, and then set aside some time for self-reflection too, which is what journaling and meditation is, because I think that's really where you start. Is you have to start with you. It starts with you. There's something inside all of us that needs to be let out. It's just that most of us hold it back through fear, limiting beliefs, stuff we've been told, what society's going to think about us, what our neighbor's going to think about us, what are social media going to think about us. There's so many things out there that keep us from being us. When you realize that they're always going to say something, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter. Someone's always going to say something good. Someone's always going to say something bad. And you know what? The people that like you, hang out with them. The people that don't, well, good luck to them. I wish they have a good day, and I hope they figure out what it is that they need to find in their lives so they become better too. And if it's not from what I'm doing, well, then that's okay too. It's like, I forget who was saying it the other day. I think it was Trent Shelton and I've been saying it too, so it made me laugh when he said it. It's like, if people love you, awesome. If people don't, even better, and it's like, just have that attitude. And I'll leave the video with this story. This is funny. Wayne Dyer used to tell this story years ago when he first had to deal with situations like this. He was like always, he sent this letter out to all his critics who criticized him. And it makes me, it was by H.L. Mencken. And it said, I'm sitting here in the smallest room in my house, and you all know what room that is, with your letter of criticism before me. Soon it will be behind me, H.L. Mencken. And so I think that's just when he told that story, I was laughing so hard. He's like, you know, I'm way too spiritual today to do that anymore. But when I was younger, I did do that. So again, I get it. We all have that ego. We all have that, you know, wanting to prove ourselves, show everybody. And I'm not saying don't use that because it drives me too. But I'm just saying don't let that be the only focus. Let it drive you to become who you are. Do these things. And like I said before, if you can't just do any of them, start anywhere, do them as much as you can. It is good to create the habits little by little to get them better and get stronger. But any little thing will help. Anything will help. If you ever have any questions, you know, feel free to comment and ask. I'll respond. And you know, like and subscribe to the video because like I said before, I feel this in my heart, I feel this in my soul, and I want to keep this going. So I just want this to reach as many people as it can. So thanks a lot and have a wonderful day.